What slope intercept form is? Yeah, what is it, Dakota? Very good. Y mx plus b. And the main thing that you have to remember about slope intercept is yeah. Oh. Okay, so what's the main thing in slope intercept that you gotta understand? Look at it. How do you go from this form? They're wanting us to write all of these equations in slope intercept form, right? So how is this one different than that form right there? Yeah. X is on the wrong side. Okay, what else? Yeah, got it. Y is not by itself. What else? Okay, so you got a number in front of it, right? On this equation right here, you got a number in front of it. So like you kind of said, we have to get it by itself, and we cannot have a coefficient in front of it. Is everybody clear on that? So what can I move here to get that form right there? What can I move? What? The 3x? Okay? So if I take it and move it over there, it just basically turns into what? A negative. Good. Now, do I want to put it in front of the 3 or after the 3? In front, right? Okay, now what else do I have to do? What else do I need to do? What? Gotta speak up. Divide by what? -2, good. All three things or just two things? All three of them, good. Now you got a negative over negative, so that changes to a positive. And then that changes to a -3/2. And I just want to leave it like that. I don't want to do anything else with it. James, do you need that phone that bad? Did you get it? That's why I was asking me. I got it. You not get it?
No, I'm just getting on the same platform and trying to.
Let's work on that later. All right, I'll give you some time. Okay, is everybody good so far on that? Okay, that's pretty easy, right? You guys think you have any difficulties on that? I'm going to go ahead and erase this so I have some room to work the other ones. Anybody need more time with that? Now, you're going to have to know this today because you're going to be doing some problems today that you're going to have to rearrange some things. Okay, so we want to make sure that your algebra 1 is squared away. What about number 2? What can I move here? Okay, so if I take and move it over there, it turns into good. 6y equals -2x plus 21. 5/6, good. That gives me y equals -1/3 x. And then I would just leave that as 21/6. Okay? If you miss this, you can get on the Google Classroom and copy it down, right? Okay, number 3. We got over there. Okay, now, what I have something like this where I have a 0 out at the end, do I really need to write that out there? Huh? Do I really need to write that out there? No. Okay, so I can go ahead and take it off. Since anything I divide by, divide 0 by a number, it's still going to just equal 0. I still have to divide by 2 here. Now, I think the main thing here is that still slope-intercept form. Is that still considered slope-intercept form? It is, isn't it? Because x and y are separated by an equal sign down, okay, and then there's no number in front of the y. You guys okay with that? You guys are pretty good. Remember that. Keep good shape. All right, let's go ahead and get into the lesson today. Core concept. What we are doing is we are working today on variables, 3 variable systems. Right now, do you guys remember what a system is? Everybody tell me what a system is? Okay, write this down, circle it real quick. A system, draw you a little arrow out here, is more than, or you have, we'll say this, 2 or more equations. 2 or more equations. That's a system. So if I have 2 or more equations and I wanted to graph it, how many lines would I have? If I have 2 equations, I'm going to have 2 lines, right? If I have 3 equations, I'll have 3 lines. You start putting a whole bunch of lines together, what do you get? You get shapes, right? Triangle, square, whatever. Then you put about 1 million of those together, then you get like figures, right? 3-dimensional. All those computer-generated graphics, that's what the computer is doing, right? It's making all these math calculations and drawing lines. But you got to define it, right? You got to tell it what to do. Everybody understand that? Okay, so what we want to do, step 1, and you're going to have to keep referring back to this. We want to rewrite the system we got to rewrite the system in 2 variables. Okay? Either using substitution or elimination. Alright, so how many variables are we going to start with? 3, right? And if I want to rewrite it in 2 variables, what does that mean? That means I need to eliminate one of the variables. Right? Okay, step 2, we're going to solve the new linear system for both of its variables. And then step 3, substitute the values found in step 2 into one of the original equations to solve for the remaining variables. Okay? And I'm going to give you a step-by-step process of how to do this. Okay? Now, one of the other main things that you have to remember when you obtain a false equation such as 0 equals 1, whereas the left side does not equal the right side, what does that mean? When the left side doesn't equal the right side, it means, somebody was going to say it, I interrupted you. No solution, very good. So highlight that. So when all the variables, when all of them disappear, and the left side doesn't equal the right side, then you have no solution. It means nothing's going to work. Nothing I plug in there is going to work. When you do not obtain a false solution, such as 0 equals 0, now all that means is that the left side equals the right side, then that basically means you have any solutions. Means any number you put in for those variables is going to work. That's basically what that means. All right, you got 3 equations here. Now, first thing I would do is this right here. I would label them A, B, and C. Label the 3 equations, A, B, and C. Because it's going to be a lot easier to keep track of. Okay? Now, first thing you want to do is look for opposites. Write that down. Look for opposites in one. Look for opposites in 1 or 2 of the equations. Okay, does anybody see opposites here? 4x, 2x, and 6x. Are they opposites? No opposites there, is there? What about positive 2y, negative 3y, and negative y? Are there opposites there? Now you got a positive there and you got a negative there, right? You got a positive there and you got a negative there. So we might be able to use these 2. Now why am I looking for opposites? Because what are we trying to do? We're trying to eliminate what? One of the variables. Everybody with me? Okay, what about 3z, 5z, and 4z? Are they opposites? Okay, so let's eliminate what? Let's try to eliminate my y's. Is everybody with me? And now, if you notice, I'm going to start with A and B over here. If you notice, you got a 2 and you got a 3, right? And they don't match up, so they won't eliminate, will they? So how can I change them to where they will eliminate? What can I multiply each equation by to get what I want? Can I multiply this one by 3 and then multiply that one by 2? Can I do that? Can, as long as you change everything, right? So equation A now is going to be 12x plus 6y plus 9z equals 36. And the second equation, B, will be 4x minus 6y plus what? 10z equals negative 14. So basically I have modified them. Okay? Now I want to draw my line. Remember in 5th grade how you stack numbers to add and subtract them? Okay, so what happens here? That eliminates, doesn't it? You guys see that? $12x and 4x would be 16x. 9z, that'd be plus 19z. And then combine those 2, what's that give me? 22. Is everybody with me so far? I mean, if you lost, then raise your hand. Let me know. Okay, now I've done the first 2. Now I need to do what? I need to take care of C, right? Now, which one would you use? A and C or B and C, do you think? Does it matter? Does it matter? It doesn't matter, does it? Okay? As long as I use one or the other. I'm going to go with, I think somebody said it, I'm going to use A and C this time. Now, which variable am I eliminating? The Y. I still got to eliminate the Y, don't I? Yes? You guys with me? Okay, so my, do I need to modify it, or does it stay the same? It's going to stay the same. Which one do I need to modify though? I need to multiply this one by what? 2, very good. So 2 times 6 will give me 12x, negative 2y. 2 times that'd be plus 8z, and then equals negative 6. Draw your line underneath it. Eliminate those two. You get 16x plus 11z. Now, look and see what you notice. Now you got D, equation D, label it D, and you got equation E. Now, what do you notice about these two? Because I still need to eliminate another variable. Which one? Yeah, the x's got the same coefficient, don't they? Okay. The problem is, are they opposites? So they're not going to eliminate. But how can I change that? Very good. So which one? Does it matter?
Let's do E.
You want to do E? Okay, so I'm going to take this one and multiply it by negative 1. So I'm going to bring E over here. Negative 1 makes that a negative 16x. And that makes that a negative 11z. And then that makes that a negative 6. Those two cancel. I get 8z equals what? Huh? What's 22 minus 6? 16? Now what's next? So my z equals 2. Okay, now am I finished? Huh? Of course you're not. Why am I not done? I know one of my variables, but I got to find the other two, right? Now let me ask you a question. Do I have to go through this whole process again? Or can I use one of the modified equations? I can use one of the modified ones, right? Yeah, I need a little bit of time to get it cleaned up. Hey, Dakota, grab me 2 books, please. Okay, so which modified do you want to use? You want to use D or do you want to use E? I use E. Why E? Why use E right here? And I'm going to take this 2, right? And it's going to go in for the Z right there. I'm going to use E because it's got smaller numbers, right? So 16x plus 11 times 2 equals 6. 16x plus 22 equals 6. Subtract 22 from both sides. X equals what? 1. And so now you know Z, you know X. What do I got to find now? Got to find the Y. Which one of these do you want to use? A, B, or C? B? I might use C. I mean, you can use B. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, it's all going to give the same answer. Okay, so we'll use B. I go 2 times -1 minus y. 4 times, what do we say, 2 equals negative. Forgive me. I'm all jacked up. 2 times -1 is 3y plus 5 times 2. Okay, so that's a lot, isn't it? That's why you only have like 8 problems today on your assignment. Okay. Follow along, so follow along, you're in pretty good shape. Okay. Now, yeah, case.
What exactly is the answer though?
The answer is 5, -1, 2. You confused about that?
No.
You sure? It said solve the system. Did I just solve the system? Do what, Casey? Okay. Well, I mean, you act a little confused over there, like what's going on?
That's fine. Like, which was like, when you go next?
Well, you guys shouldn't, I mean, what does it mean by solve the system? Well, yeah, what are you solving for, though? What do you not know? You don't know what the variables are. You don't know the unknowns. Am I right? No? Are you trying to be a funny guy? Are you trying to be disruptive?
No.
You sure? Okay, you don't know the variables, the unknowns, right? You should learn that in algebra 1. So if I say solve it, then I need to find the values of all the variables. Okay? That's what we just did. I guess I was wrong in assuming you already knew that. Okay, is everybody good? One more?
We're good.
Think you can get it?
Why not lying?
I did this last.
What?
Well, not everybody did it last year, though.
I never seen this movie, yeah.
You guys solved in algebra 1, but you only saw it in 2 equations.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay? And plus, you didn't have, I don't know, you may have worked 3 variables, I don't know.
I didn't even do that.
Mr. Berger.
Here's the thing that you got to understand. It's not any different than what you did with 2 equations and 2 variables. Okay? Because we just proved that, right? Did we just prove that? I mean, we have 2 equations here, right? And 2 variables, and we still eliminated. That's what you did in algebra 1. So beyond this point right here, this part, this A, B, A, C, that's algebra 2. This part right here, that's all algebra 1 stuff. Okay, that hopefully you should have learned. So I mean, once you get to this point, I mean, this is all reviewed. This is the only new part, the AB and the AC. Okay, but you're still doing what? You're still trying to eliminate one of the variables, right? Is everybody with me? Right. The main thing is you just got to find opposites. And if you notice, I did these two equations first, but then I picked two different ones. Okay, now what's the point of having to do it twice? Well, I can't just do two equations. I got to do all three of them, right? I got to get all three of the equations involved. You guys with me? Okay. Let me check something out real quick. Okay, let's do this one real quick because this is, I might make it a little easier. Okay, there's another method that's called substitution. Okay. Now in substitution, basically what I want to do is I'm going to take one of the equations and I have to isolate. Somebody may like this method better. I have to take one of the equations and I have to isolate what? One of the variables. Okay, so write that down. Take one of the equations and isolate the variable. Okay, which one do you think would be the easiest to do that on? Hey, very good. Because it has no numbers in front of the variables, does it? Which variable do you want to isolate for, X, Y, or Z? Does that matter? Let's just do the first one, X. Okay, so I'm going to take equation X, and I'm going to do it over here on the side. If I take equation X and move it over there, oh, I'm sorry, backwards. Hold on. If I take Y and Z and move it over there, what do they turn into? Negative. So that should be easy for you guys. X equals negative Y minus Z plus 2. Okay, now, here's where it gets a little interesting. Which one did I modify? I modified A, didn't I? Okay, so this is the substitution part. Since I know that X equals that right there, right? I'm going to come to my other two equations, but instead of writing X, what am I going to put? I'm going to put that right there. Now, how many variables do I have now? I end up with just two. Well, I mean, you can think of it like that, though, and you're still going to have to work it. Okay? So I'm going to take this, put it in for X in that equation, then I'm going to put it in for X on that equation. Now, this will get pretty lengthy, but it might be a little easier for you. Oops, sorry. Right, B. Okay, so 5 times negative Y minus Z plus 2 plus 5Y plus 5Z equals 3. Use your distributive property. 5 times that would be what? 5 times that. 5 times the 2. Okay, now, what do you notice? What happens? Pretty much everything cancels, doesn't it? You got a minus 5y, positive 5y, so those two cancel. Alright? You got a negative 5z and a positive 5z, so those two cancel. Well, now, what do you notice? What happens? You got 10 equals 3. What does that mean? No solution. Very good. So now, is there any point in continuing? No. I can stop. How many of you like the substitution better? Substitution to me, when you're dealing with these, is 10 times easier. Now when you're doing, hey, don't worry about them guys. I mean, they don't want to learn. Okay, so again, A, B, C, label them. Okay, now which one do you want to get by itself? A, B, or C? Which one? I just do A again. Which variable? X, right? So I'm going to take this and this, move them over there. I'm going to rewrite it. A equals X equals Y minus Z. Take that. Now I modified A, so I got to use which ones? There and there. So Y minus Z minus 3 minus Y minus Z equals negative 30. So you got a positive Y and a minus Y. Those two cancel. Okay, what do you got? Negative. You combine negative Z and negative Z, that gives me what? Negative 2Z. Is my math right? Okay, so I need to take this, move it over there, which changes it to a positive 3, and that ends up giving me what? 0. Equals 0. Okay, so do C now. Y times Y minus Z minus 3. Oh, gonna add 15, right? Okay, now what do you notice? Z still equals 0, right? Well, what does this mean? It still equals to, even if I put in the other one, it still equals 0, you're going to have any solutions. Okay. If you'd like, you can plug it into the other one and do the same thing. I'm guessing that most of you probably won't, though. Okay? So you get 3 different scenarios. This is what you're going to get. You get all the variables equal a particular number, right? Or you get no solution, or they could all equal the same thing. You have many solutions. Is everybody with me? Okay. Now, whatever method that you want to use, you got 2 options. You can use substitution or you can use elimination, and it will work. Could we have used substitution on that first problem? Yeah, we could. Okay, that's the nice thing about it. Okay, but it's all like a process of elimination. Now you've got 8 problems on your assignment today. Okay, I didn't give you very many problems today. There's a reason why I didn't give you very many, because they're what? Pretty lengthy. Okay, now, I'll go get it here in a second. It's probably printed. Use the time that you have in class to get your work done. It makes no sense. I've already talked to 2 or 3 parents, and they all say the same thing. This is different than when I had at school. I'm no help when they come home. When they bring it home, I can't help them. Your parents basically cannot help, right? Look, does anybody have a parent out there that can help them with their algebra? Okay. They know exactly what's going on? Okay, good. You got a benefit over everybody. Alright, but you see like 99% of the class didn't raise their hand. Okay, so my point being is you probably need to work as many as you can in class so that you can get help or ask questions. Okay? Policies, to me it should be ask 2 or 3 before you come see me. Okay, because there's probably a couple of classmates in here that probably have a good idea what's going on. Everybody clear on that? Yes, no? Don't, you're on your phone? Why are you on your phone? Well, let's bring it to me then. You want to say more important. That's your best friend. You can? Well, why do you have that then? Hey, look, listen, I'm trying to be nice. If you want to be hateful and rude and be a jerk about it, then you can just leave. I mean, you shaking your head is not going to make it any better. I'm trying to help you, but you don't help yourself because you're more worried about your phone than you are about listening and paying attention. Okay. It's the truth. Yeah, I'm not saying.
So on C, where it says like plus would you put school first?
Yeah, I'm just dividing by -4. Okay. And this is what you're talking about right here.
Well,
About- Plus 0 here.
where it says plus C equals 0, would you put 0?
Not right yet. Okay, because we're still trying to eliminate one of the variables. You see what I'm saying? Now, you could plug that 0 into it, but what you're going to end up happening, you're still going to have 2 variables that you don't know anything about. Does that make sense? Okay. But what I want you to understand here is, even though I did the same thing here that I did here, and what happened? You still eliminated how many variables? 2, all of the 1, right? And when I eliminated those variables, the z still came out to be the same thing. Okay, so when you get a scenario like that, and all the other 2 variables were eliminated, it just means that I can put any number in for x, y, and z, and it's going to do what? It's going to come out the same. No matter what. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times I work it, how many scenarios I do. Okay, it's all going to come out to be the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Anybody need that one? Take this time also to do what? If you want to get your composition book put together, you need to get your composition book put together. Work on that. That'd be the time to do it right now. Don't wait until last minute like some of you guys did this last quiz. A lot of you waited till the last minute. Work on it now so you don't have to do what? Work on it at home tonight. Okay, work on it now so you don't have to work on it at home. Yeah, I just started 12 then. Guys, I put 8 on there and tried to get it done this morning. I have about 6 people in here watching. So, since it starts at 8, the assignment actually starts with 1 number. 12. Okay, so you might want to skip those top 2. Alright. Four on the front, 4 on the back.